Hello, my name is Josh, and welcome to the Lapping Bookkeeping Services presentation. Today we're going to cover two main topics. The first reason is 10 reasons why we should be doing your books. And then we're also going to cover a secondary reason of why would you even want to consider outsourcing your bookkeeping in the first place. So, as you can see, if you would like to get some more information at some point, you can visit our website, lappinbookkeepingservices.com. So, without further introductions, let's go ahead and get started. So, why would you even consider outsourcing your bookkeeping in the first place? Well, first is you have to have bookkeeping no matter if you're going to do it yourself or if you're going to have someone else do it for you. It's required by law. Anyone who runs a business has to have bookkeeping of some sort. Back in the day, they used to use pen and paper, but now we're in the modern era, so more than likely you're going to be using some kind of software. The next reason is you want to avoid issues with the IRS. At some point in your life and in the life of your business, you're going to have to deal with the IRS. There's going to be a question that comes up about something, and you want the peace of mind knowing that your books are in order, and that is a very important point. Point number 3, it's much easier and much less headache during tax time. So if your books are constantly up to date, they're caught up, they're clean, they're organized professionally, how they should be according to accounting standards, when it comes to tax time, it's actually very easy. You just have to print a couple of reports, and you might have to have a quick conversation or two with your accountant, and you're off to filing. There's not a whole lot of this having to spend, the last couple weeks of March or early April, cramming all this bookkeeping into 1 month, which should have taken 12 months, digging for receipts, all that kind of stuff. All that's eliminated if you outsource your bookkeeping to a professional bookkeeper. Point number 4 is a really big one for a lot of business owners. If you outsource your bookkeeping, you can save your time for something that is more important to you and your business, which could be maybe talking to customers or getting more sales, improving your processes, meeting with people, all those different kind of things. Point number 5 is you can keep your spending under control. If your books are up to date, you can tell exactly where your money is going, which leads into number 6. You can find ways to cut expenses for things that you really don't need, or you're spending more than you thought you were, and you can find ways to increase profit. So 2 ways you can increase profit is you either can make more sales for your service or your product, and if with good bookkeeping, you can tell where all the sources of the sales are coming from. So if something's working really well, you can dig right down into that and try to figure out how to do more of that. The other way to increase profit is actually to cut expenses. So if you're finding that you're spending money on things that are not of value to your business, you can cut that out, which is going to increase your profit. Point number 7 is one that often gets overlooked, but if you're in the need for financing for your business, for expansion or growth or temporary cash flow issues, you're probably going to approach some kind of lender, and one of the first things they're going to ask you for your balance sheets, your profit and loss statements. They're going to ask you for your tax returns. So if you have all that stuff organized, it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headache through the loan process. Point number 8, save yourself from frustration. Maybe you just don't like doing the books. That's fine. We're here to help you with that. Maybe you don't want to spend hours on YouTube trying to figure out how to do something in the accounting software that would take us, 5 minutes to do because we know exactly where to go to do it. And then point number 9, if you outsource your bookkeeping, that's one less person you have to manage. You don't have another employee you have to bring on, which the employee is probably going to cost you more than it would to outsource your bookkeeping. That is because if you're bringing on an employee, you have to pay all kinds of employer taxes, Social Security, Medicare, things like that. Depending on what size of your business, you might have to pay benefits, health care. Also, it's much cheaper overall because you're going to have to, more than likely, you're not going to, if you're at the size of a business where you can need a full-time bookkeeper, then this probably doesn't apply to you. But most of the time, people just need kind of part-time help, and it's kind of hard to bring somebody on who is just going to do accounting. A lot of times you have to end up getting them to do other things and do different roles, and then you have multiple things that you have to manage. So it just saves a lot of time and a lot of headache. So those are the reasons why you would even consider outsourcing bookkeeping in the first place. So before we continue, just want to let you know a little bit about me and my background. My name is Josh, and I began my accounting career about 12 years ago when I earned my degree from Barton College, which is in Wilson, North Carolina. Since then, I've had extensive business experience. I've had a lot of different roles in financial roles in the different jobs that I've had. And myself and my family have started a variety of businesses, including a daycare, a real estate investment company, a counseling service, and now a bookkeeping service. So more than likely, if you're seeing this presentation, you probably fall into one of those categories, probably a daycare, an real estate investing or real estate kind of based company, or a mental health based service. So I'm very experienced and understand all the ins and outs of these businesses because I've worked in them and I've owned these. So I have a very personal level of experience on how things should be. Also, I'm a QuickBooks Pro advisor, and I do work for QuickBooks on the side. So that being said, I'm very good at working with the accounting software. So the real point, which you might be asking yourself is, okay, all that makes sense. I understand why I should consider outsourcing my bookkeeping, but why should I outsource it to you? What makes your company unique and different from all the other accountants out there? That's an excellent question, and it's the one you should definitely be asking yourself. So the first reason is we just touched on that previously. We are experts in the industries of real estate, childcare, and mental health-based businesses. I've owned and operated all these kinds of businesses, so I know exactly what you're dealing with and exactly what you need for your bookkeeping. Reasons number 2, we are experts at our profession here at bookkeeping. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've worked directly with QuickBooks, helping small to medium-sized businesses. I am a certified pro advisor, which means I've been tested and I understand exactly how QuickBooks works and where to go to perform all the accounting functions that need to be done. Other distinctions, I'm a certified bookkeeping professional, and I'm a member of a lot of other professional bookkeeping organizations. So I'm just not someone out there who just on a whim decided they wanted to start a bookkeeping business because it looks like it kind of might be easy and fun. There's a lot of education and a lot of experience behind what we do in offering these services and making sure that you get the highest quality service and the best possible experience you can from our company. Reason number 3 ties back into kind of things we've been talking about already. We definitely recommend QuickBooks Online as our platform. for accounting services, and that's for a couple of different reasons. Number one is with online accounting services, you can access your books anywhere in the world through a desktop computer, laptop, tablet, or even a cell phone. So anytime you need to know something about your finances, you will have access to that. And the reason why we recommend QuickBooks is because we have found that that is the kind of the best, most professional available software available for small to medium-sized businesses. There are other softwares, but there are pros and cons to those softwares. And because I have worked directly with QuickBooks, I kind of have a kind of an inside knowledge as to some of the things that they're coming out with and some of the technological initiatives that are really cool that a lot of other companies are not going to be able to offer. And that's something else that we could discuss personally one-on-one with a potential client if that's something they're interested in. Other things that we do for your QuickBooks account, we do subscription management, which means we're going to make sure that you're on the right plan for your business, that you're not overspending for your accounting software. Depending on what your needs are, you may not need the most expensive accounting package. You might need just a very basic, simple accounting system that suits the needs of your business. So that's something we can help advise you on. Depending on the complexity of your business and what you do is going to determine which accounting software plan, QuickBooks plan that you be placed on. So we can advise you on that. The next reason is your books are going to be updated weekly. So you may be wondering kind of what goes into that. So we're going to real quickly flip over to QuickBooks and kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so here we are inside of a demo company. This is with QuickBooks, and I'm going to show you what exactly I mean by updating your books on a weekly basis. So unless you're familiar with QuickBooks, you may not understand exactly what you're looking at, but a couple of key things that we do for our customers each and every week. Number one is we're going to make sure that your transactions that are coming in each week are categorized every week. So this particular sample company, they just have a checking account, a savings account, and a credit card, which is actually an excellent setup for a lot of small businesses. This is one I recommend very much. So as you can see, we're currently in this person's checking account, and when in their checking account, they have all these transactions. They've got 25 transactions just sitting in there. So these are 25 things that have taken place in the checking account. And what we would do for you is every week we would come in and check these and go through each and every one and place them into the right category. So books by Bessie, let's just say it could be, depending on what this person's chart of accounts are, let's say it's an office expense. So we would take this and we would add it right into your books, and it would be put into the right category so you knew exactly what happened. And we would clear out all these transactions for you every week. So the goal would be when you would come in here, just take this savings account for example. You'll come in here and you would see that all your transactions were caught up, and depending on how the transactions fall, a lot of times we can get these two numbers to match up, the bank balance and the QuickBooks balance. So we know that your books are exactly up to date with what your bank account or credit card is saying. So that's one thing we do. The other thing we do is we keep an eye on these bank accounts and savings accounts and credit cards, because occasionally they do become disconnected, and we would make sure that they were updated. As you can see, these are all connected at the moment, because when I hit update, you can see the little spinning wheel there, which means it's going to bring in the most recent transactions. The other things that we do for you on a weekly and monthly basis is we make sure that your chart of accounts is up to date. Your chart of accounts are the accounts that are used for accounting in your business. So most of the time it's set up with your assets, which is your checking, your savings, your accounts receivable, if inventory, anything like that. If you own physical assets like vehicles or buildings, you would have those there. Those will be followed by liabilities, which is amounts that you actually owe. And then you go into your income and your expenses. So we would make sure that this is kept up to date for you so that all your transactions are being put to the correct account so you can understand exactly what is going on with your finances. All right, then reason number 5 is monthly reconciliation. So reconciliation is the process of checking your bank records against the records in your accounting systems and making sure that they both match. So there's nothing missing and nothing off. So why would you even care about that? Because in our profession, we've seen that a lot of people don't even do this. Why should you care and why should you want it done? The first reason is because you want to know exactly what's in your bank account at the end of the month. So yes, you can log into your bank account and check, but it would also be nice to be able to log into your accounting software and know that that number that is showing is also correct. You also want to know how much you owe at the end of the month. You know, how much is still outstanding on loans, on credit cards, and things like that. You want to make sure that you're not overdrawing your equity accounts based on the type of company that you're set up as. Overdrawing equity accounts can lead to tax consequences. And then finally, for fraud, you want to make sure that you're not having fraud prevention. You want to make sure that you're going through those bank statements every month. And if something looks strange, you want to be able to go ahead and address that and get that taken care of before it morphs into an even bigger problem. And this is a very real thing that happens. I've worked with a variety of companies that had fraudulent charges that started showing up on their accounts, and you want to be able to identify those as quickly as possible so you can put a stop to it. All right, number 6, why would you want to go with Lappin Bookkeeping Services? With Lappin Bookkeeping Services, you are going to get a monthly review of your financial statements every single month. So what that means is you're going to either get a one-on-one consultation via a probably something like Google Meets, or if you're too busy for that and you just want a quick overview, we can send you a personalized video letting you know exactly what happens. And I'll show you an example here in just a second, but what you're going to get is you're going to know exactly how much you spent and on what, which is going to help you to stay on budget and help you to make management decisions. So I'm going to flip back over to the accounting software really quick, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, here we are back into this sample QuickBooks company, and I was going to show you exactly what kind of a financial analysis that you're going to get every month looks like. So we're going to go over things like a lot of things that are showing up in these reports. And there's a lot of different other reports that we can pull for our customers. These are kind of the most popular ones, but we can also create ones for you as well. So, for example, the balance sheet. This is going to show your assets, your liabilities, and your equity. So your assets are your bank accounts. We're going to show you how much you had in your bank account each month. We're going to show you your accounts receivables. This is money that is owed to your business. And then we're going to make sure those assets are up to date. Our loan balances, we're going to know exactly how much we owed at the end of the month for the different kinds of obligations that you may have. And then we're going to see how your equity is coming out at the end of each month. So this balance sheet here needs a little bit of work from what I can see. There's some things that I would update on that. So we would make sure that our customers got the best possible and the cleanest set of financial statements that they can get. Another report that we would share with you monthly and go over and give you personal recommendations on is the profit and loss. These are your income and expenses. It looks like for this particular month that this particular business did not have any income, which is definitely a big problem for them. So the income would be listed here at the top, and then you would have all the expenses that your business paid out, and then you would see how much money that you're making each month. Now, another cool thing we can do for you as well is we can actually set this to see previous history. So if I set this to a different setting, the month setting, we can actually go in and see on a monthly basis how much you were making and then your expenses on a monthly basis. So you can really analyze and see where you're making money. So you know the different types of services that you offer, and then you can actually see exactly where you're spending your money, and you can see the trends over time, which can be very valuable for a business. All right, reason number 7 is that you are going to get your own personal secure online portal. This portal will do 2 things for you. Number 1, it's going to serve as a place of communication between you and our firm. Instead of, cumbersome text messages, phone calls, in times where you're not available, emails, you're going to have the majority of your communication come through your personal portal. So if we have a question about something that we see in your bank account, that question is going to show up in your portal, and you're going to be able to log right into that thing and give the answer and send it right back to your bookkeeper, and we'll keep on moving with the process of your books. It also serves as a great place for sending and receiving documents. That way we're making sure that your information is kept secure and out of the hands and eyes of people who do not need to see it. So I'm going to go over real quick and show you a real quick demo of kind of the portal setup. All right, so this is a very quick demo of what the portal will look like. So you would come, we would send you a personalized invite and a link to your portal, and you would set that up, and when you logged in, you would see something kind of like this. You would create your login from the email that we sent you, and once you logged into your portal, you're going to see a view like this. So here you get 2 different things, actually 3. This view here called transaction questions, these are questions that we would be sending you to answer about things that are in your books. So for example, say we saw $1,000 charge to Best Buy. That looks a little out of the ordinary for your business, so we would send you the question via this portal, and you could answer directly here. As I was saying earlier, you can also drag and drop files right in here so that we can share documents securely. And at the end of each month, we're actually going to push your financial reports through this portal system as well. So this is where it would show up. So this, for example, would be like an example of the transactions that we might ask you about. It would kind of look like this. You would see the transaction, the date, the vendor type, the amount, and then you would see the question. For example, what vendor is this for, or what is this for? And then you would send the answer back, and we would update your books accordingly. And then just a little quick overview of other things. If you had questions for us, you could send a question directly to us, and we would get it through the portal as well. So this is a 2-way communication street for you to be able to communicate with us and us with you. Reason number 8, receipt management. This all ties back into what we've been talking about. You want to protect yourself from audits. And if an audit does happen, you want to be prepared for it and be able to defend against it. This also saves a load of time during tax season. If your receipts are all in order, everything matches up, your tax experience is going to be a breeze. And, this can be a real chore for a lot of business owners. So, let us deal with that hassle for you, or we can show you how to make it much easier. Point number 9 is unlimited email support. Now, this is probably going to take place mostly through the portal that we're going to set up for you. But you can rest assured that you're going to get a quick response back to any questions that you may have. And then reason number 10 is we have a lot of other great services available that are beyond just the basic bookkeeping. We can set up trainings for you if you need to learn how to work this software in QuickBooks. If you need various things. There are some things that the business owner needs to know how to do. I would say invoicing and paying bills is probably the biggest example, and we can show you how to do that. Cleanups. If you're anywhere between a couple years to a couple of months behind on your books and you just don't know how you're ever going to get this caught up, that is something we can help you with. Another service that we offer is budgeting and reporting. We can help you set a budget, and we can pull and create specific customized reports just for you and your business. We also offer managed payroll through QuickBooks or Patriot. Those are the preferred vendors that we work with now for payroll. QuickBooks Payroll integrates directly right into your payroll, your current QuickBooks setup. So everything would be right there for you to see. Or if you want something a little more basic and a little more affordable, we also offer payroll services through Patriot. And then finally, we offer AR and AP assistance. That is going back to what I said just a few seconds ago about the invoicing and paying bills. We can train you on how to do that properly to make sure that you don't mess up your books. And then we can also help you manage that monthly through the reporting that we can offer, so you can see exactly how much people owe you and how much you owe other people. So thank you so much for taking the time to check out this presentation. The best next step thing for a person who would be interested in exploring our services further would to be a free 30-minute consultation and analysis where we can go through your books and make some recommendations for you and give you a good idea of exactly how much bookkeeping services would be for your particular business. So the best way to do that and to schedule that is just head over to lapinbookkeepingservices.com, and you can use the contact page. There's a lot of different various ways that you can schedule an appointment for us. You can reach out to us through email or through phone. All those options are also available on the website. So thank you so much, and I hope to be able to meet you soon and help you with your bookkeeping needs.